Welcome back. Today I'm breaking down the 5 most important insights from Jensen Huang's interview with Lex Fridman, the CEO of Nvidia, the company that inspired the entire AI revolution. I've pulled 5 insights every CEO, every business leader, every entrepreneur, inspiring entrepreneur need to hear. Let's go. Jensen has 60 direct reports and does 0 one-on-ones. And here why this is genius.
When you're designing a company, you should first think about what is it that you want the company to produce. I see a lot of companies' organization charts and they all look the same. Hamburger organization charts, software organization charts, and car company organization charts, they all look the same. And it doesn't make any sense to me. The goal of a company is to be the machinery, the mechanism, the system that produces the output. And that output is the product that we like to create. It is also designed, the architecture of the company should reflect the environment by which it exists. It almost directly says what you should do with the organization. My direct staff is 60 people. I don't have one-on-ones with them because it's impossible. You can't have 60 people on your staff if you're, going to get work done. And
so you still have 60 reports. You still have
more,
across.
yeah,
more.
Yeah.
And most stars at least have a foot in engineering.
Almost all of them. There's experts in memory. There's experts in CPUs. There's experts in optical.
That's incredible.
GPUs and architecture, algorithms, design.
So you constantly have an eye on the entire stack, and you're having to do like intense discussions about the design of the entire stack.
And no conversation is ever one person. That's why I don't do one-on-ones. We present a problem, and all of us attack it. Because we're doing extreme code design. And literally the company is doing extreme code design all the time.
Your company structure should reflect your output, not a generic organization chart. What are you building your company around? In the early 2000s, Jensen made a bet that crushed the entire market cap of Nvidia from 8 billion to 1.5 billion. Most CEOs would have quit. He didn't. And here what happened.
We said, we ought to put CUDA on GeForce and put it into every single PC, whether customers use it or not, and use it as a starting point of cultivating our installed base. Meanwhile, we'll go and attract developers, and we went to universities and wrote books and taught classes and put CUDA everywhere. And eventually people will discover, and at the time, the PC was the primary computing vehicle. There was no cloud, and we could put a supercomputer in the hands of every researcher in school, every scientist, every engineer in school, every student in school, and eventually something amazing will happen. Well, the problem was CUDA increased our cost of that GPU, which is a consumer product, so tremendously, it completely consumed all of the company's gross profit dollars. And so at the time, the company was probably, worth, I don't know, at the time, $8 billion or something, $6-7 billion or something like that. After we launched CUDA, I recognized that it was going to add so much cost, but it was something we believed in. Our market cap went down to like $1.5 billion.
And 20 years later, the decision became Nvidia's the single most biggest competitive advantage.
Our single most important property as a company is the install base of our computing platform. Our single most important thing is today is the install base of CUDA. Now, the reason why 20 years ago, of course, there was no install base. But if somebody came up with a GUDA or TUDA, it wouldn't make any difference at all. And the reason for that is because it's never been just about the technology. The technology, of course, was incredible, visionary. But it's the fact that the company was dedicated to it, stuck with it, expanded its reach. It wasn't 3 people that made CUDA successful. It was 43,000 people that made CUDA successful. And the several million developers that believed in us, that trusted that we were going to continue to make CUDA 1, 2, 3, 13, that they decided to port and dedicate their software on top of it, their mountain of software on top of it. And so the install base is the number one most important advantage.
The install base, yes, is the Moat. What long-term platform are you building right now, even if it costs you short-term? Here is Jensen's take on why China is the faster innovating country right now, and what it tells us about open source strategy.
50% of the world's AI researchers are Chinese, plus or minus. And they're mostly in China still. We have many of them here, but there's amazing researchers still in China. Their tech industry showed up at precisely the right time. At the time of the mobile cloud era, their way of contributing was software. And so this is a country's incredible science and math, really well-educated kids. Their tech industry was created during the era of software. They're very comfortable with modern software. China is not one giant economic country. It's got many provinces and cities with mayors all competing with each other. That's the reason why there's so many EV companies. That's the reason why there's so many AI companies. That's the reason why there's so many, every company you could imagine, they all create some of them. And as a result, they have insane competition internally. And, what remains is an incredible company. They also have a social culture where it's family first, friends second, and company third. And so the amount of conversation that goes back and forth between, they're essentially open source all the time. So the fact that they contribute more to open source is so sensible because they're probably, what are we protecting? My engineers, their brothers are in that company, their friends are in that company, and they're all schoolmates. The schoolmate concept. It's one schoolmate, your brother for life, and so they share knowledge very, very quickly.
Your moat is maybe not what are you keeping secret right now. Your moat maybe is not what you are keeping secret. It may be what you give away. Strategic generosity build ecosystems. Ecosystem build dominance. Are you worried about AI taking your job? Jensen has a very specific answer, and it's a worrying one, not reassuring.
It is the case that the technology will dislocate and will eliminate many tasks, and because it will automate it. If your job is the task, then you're very highly going to be disrupted. If your job's purpose includes certain tasks, then it's vital that you go learn how to use AI to automate those tasks. And then there's the world of spectrum in between.
If you are the task, you are at risk. If you use AI to do the task, you are unstoppable. That's the whole game right there. This is the most powerful moment in Jensen's interview. Jensen is surrounded by people smarter than him in every domain.
I'm surrounded by intelligent people. And I'm surrounded by intelligent people more intelligent than I am in each one of the spaces that they're in. And yet, I have a role in that circle. It's actually kind of interesting. They're more educated than I am. They went to better schools than I did. They're deeper than in the fields that they're in. All of them. I have 60 of them. They're all superhuman to me. And somehow I'm sitting in the middle, orchestrating all 60 of them. And so you got to ask yourself, what is it about a dishwasher that allows that dishwasher to sit in the middle of superhumans? Does that make sense? And so,
Yeah.
but that's my point. My point is intelligence is a functional thing. Humanity is not specified functionally. It's a much, much bigger word. And our life experience, our tolerance for pain, our determination, those are different words in intelligence. And so the thing that I want to help the audience understand, if I could give them one thing, is intelligence is a word that we've elevated to very high form over time.
The word we should really elevate is humanity.
Character, humanity, all of those things, compassion, generosity, all of the things that you say just now, I believe those are superhuman powers. And that now intelligence is going to be commoditized because we've spoken about it. The most important thing is your education. Now, even when they said the most important thing is your education, when you went to school, there's more than just knowledge that you gained. And so, but unfortunately, our society had put everything into one single word. And life is more than one word. And I'm just telling you, my life would suggest that being lower on the intelligence curve than everybody around me doesn't change the fact I'm the most successful. And so, and I think that kind of is, I'm trying hopefully to inspire everybody else that don't let this democratization of intelligence, this commoditization of intelligence, cause you anxiety. You should be inspired by that.
Intelligence is being commoditized. What can never be commoditized is your humanity, your judgment, your vision, your relationship. Double down on that. So 5 lessons. 1. Build your company around the out. 2. Make long-term bets even when it hurts. 3. Strategic generosity beat secrecy. 4. Use AI to do the task so you can focus on purpose. And 5. Your humanity is your edge. If this was useful, subscribe and like and leave a comment. We are gonna interview and give you more of these insights from business leaders, AI disruptors, and AI experts. See you to the next one.